Hello, hello, hello. So that room was cut short. Yep. Cut short. Kicked me out of my own room. It's okay. It's okay. If you guys can just drop at the bottom what you received, what you heard last. Those of you who were in here with me in the first room. It's all right though. Can someone just drop and let me know what was the last thing you heard so I can go back? That way it can help me. Because it literally just like knocked me out the room. Yep, it's okay though, because I'm telling you, we have to do this before December 1st. We will not be defeated. Wealth and finance. Okay, perfect. So you did hear that. Okay, so the declaration that I want you to write is that the angel to go forth, receive our wealth and finances and bring it to me. Yes. And I said that I wrote wealth and finances. Why? Because wealth and finances are two different things. I'm going to give you the Hebraic definition of wealth. It is Kayil. And I know you guys know what Kayil means. It's Chayil. The Hebraic word for wealth is Kayil. Okay? And that actually means power, riches, strength, substance, and might. There are two sources of wealth in the world. Okay? I want you guys to understand that. That is the meaning of wealth in Hebrew. Not what you would think. Okay? Not what you would think at all, which is why I asked and decreed for the angel to go forth and bring back our wealth and our finances, because we need to know just how separate they are. Again, I'm going to read it to you again. Wealth is Kayil, power, riches, strength, substance, and might. Totally different from what wealth is in our world, right? Now I'm going to tell you finances in Hebrew. Let me see if there's another one. Wealth is also large possessions, a comparative abundance of things which are objects of human desire. Okay? It also means physical possession to live and flourish as humans being created in the image of God. Nothing to do with physical dollars and cents. That's wealth in Hebrew, Kayil. And that's a superpower. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you've never done research on Kayil, that is kind of like a glory. That is the Shekinah glory. Now, finances, listen to this. Listen to this. Finance in Hebrew means mammon. Mammon. And we know what that is, right? We know what that is. The root word is finer, meaning to end as well as to pay. The word finance, okay, is Anglo-French. I want you guys to see the difference. Finance in Latin, finis, an old French word for fin or fine, which originally meant end. Fin in Spanish, final, punto final means finished. The French word for finance came to mean both payment and ending. The management adapted it to be in the 18th century, the management of money. So, if we now know that finances actually means mammon, I don't know how many of you know what that means. Let me do that. I didn't do that, so let me look that one up because I didn't do that. We know it's the god of money, but it actually means, it's a biblical term for riches, often used to describe the debasing influence of material wealth. The term was used by Jesus in famous Sermon on the Mount and also appeared in the gospel. Let's see what else it says. Mammon means money. The word was adapted to modern Hebrew to mean wealth. So, his word says you cannot serve and have two masters. You cannot serve mammon, right? So, we are asking our angels to go and receive our wealth, which is riches, which is power, which is Kayil, which is a glory, and finances, which is money. But the warning here is you cannot serve both. So I'm going to add this. I don't have this in my notes. So if someone can clearly write this down, because I don't have this in my notes. So if you ask me to repeat it, I'm not going to be able to repeat it because I'm getting it right now. You want to add, the declaration was this, that the angel go forward, go out and receive our wealth and finances and bring it back to us now. We want to pray in advance because we are an advanced community. We always prepare. Make sure, this is what I want you to write. A prayer that you add to your prayers is, make sure I don't end up serving finances, mammon. And I know a lot of us is like, I would never do that. But I want to tell you right now, some of you are serving it. You're going to work just to pay a bill. That's serving it. You're doing things just to stay afloat. That's serving it. You are a slave to finances. We want to make sure that there's nothing in us, nothing in common with mammon, which is finances and money when it comes. So for the entire month of December, you want to pray that I declare that my angel is going out to receive and bring back my wealth and my finances, but also take anything out of me, uproot everything, every seed of influence in my ancestral heritage, my mother's side, my father's side, all the way back to Adam and Eve, that may have something in common with serving mammon. Okay? Cool. We're going to move on. Now, what God gave me is a specific prayer. I did this maybe a year ago, and I'll probably do a little more teaching on it. He gave me the Lazarus prayer. I want you, in our community, we do one thing. Okay? We focus on one thing. Because when you focus on more than one, you get distracted and you're multitasking in the realm of the spirit, and we can barely multitask in the natural. So we're not doing that. So in the World Changers community, we try not to multitask with our prayers. You pray one thing through until you see it, then you pray something else until you see it. You stick to that one thing until you see it manifest. Okay? So the Lazarus prayer, I need you to, what looks dead in your life? What looks absolutely dead right now? I want you to write that down. What is dead in your life right now, this moment? Is it your finances? Is it your health? Is it your marriage? Is it your child, a wayward child? Is it schooling? Is it your job, your entrepreneurial lifestyle? What looks like it's on the verge of dying or dead to your naked eye? Not the spiritual side. We're looking at the flesh now. We're looking in the natural. What looks like it's dying, if not already dead? That's the one thing I want you to write down right now. I'm going to give you a second. One thing, you guys. We are focusing on one thing. Every time I give you something, you do one thing, and then you take the same steps, the same prayers, the same way you did it, and then you do it again for something else. But one thing, when you focus on one thing and you're hyper focused, you get it done. Okay? Everybody have their one thing? We're going to move on. Now, I'm going to read John 11:41-44, the NIV translation. So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and said, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I know that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefit of the people standing here that may believe that you sent me. When he had said this, Jesus called in a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. The dead man came out, his hands and feet wrapped with stripes of linen and a cloth around his face. Jesus said to them, Take off the grave clothes and let him go. I'm going to give you a prayer that God gave me 2 Decembers ago, if not maybe one. No, one last year. It had to be the year before. This is a specific prayer that when I say moves, it moves, because it is the exact prayer our brother prayed, and it yields results. There's one difference. There's a couple of differences, but one major one. How many of you, when you're praying, you look up? He says, I only do what I see the Father do. So why are we not mimicking Jesus, Yeshua, our brother? He says, I thank you that you've heard me before he even prays. So I want you to write that down. You thank him before you even pray. Thank you, verbatim, that you've heard this prayer. Thank you that you've heard me. Okay? Thank you that you've heard me. That's step one. Then he goes on to say, I knew that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefit of the people standing here. How many of you know there are people watching you? That thing that looks dead, people are watching to see how you act, how you react, how you respond, how your emotions are. People don't care when you're good, when everything's good. They want to see how you respond to adversity. They want to see how you react. You could do good for 6 months, and the minute something hits your life and turns it upside down, they're like, I knew you didn't have no peace. I knew you didn't have this. I knew you were all talk. They don't care about the old. All they care about is when crap hits the fan, how do you respond? Okay? There are people watching your marriage, your kids, your family, your friends, how you react, what kind of wife you are, what kind of mother you are. They're watching your motherhood. They're watching your job, your career. There are people that are flying on the walls that are watching you. You don't even know they're watching, but they are watching you. So when you pray this December, I want you to pray, thank you that you've heard me, step one. Step two, God, Father, I'm doing this for the people that are watching me so that they believe that you sent me. That is step two. You acknowledge that there are people around you are watching and God is doing it for their glory. Whatever you're going through, good, bad, ugly, and different, whatever you're going through, it is for those. The reason why our family members and our spouses and our children don't want God is because of you, because of us. Just like Gandhi said, I would have been a Christian if it wasn't for the Christians. They watch you. I've said this before. You know how many kids I've met and they said my mom is a hypocrite? She cusses at us. And then we go into church and then she's acting all holier than thou. Kids are telling you. She cusses at us. And I'm just like, oh, they're like, oh yeah, my mom is two-faced. They see that. They're watching. Step 3. That's 1. I gave you 1. Now we're, I didn't mean to do that. So step 3 now. Okay, so it's thank you in advance. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm adding this part because he showed me this. You pray the prayer about belief and unbelief. The centurion, he was a general. He understood authority. If you don't understand authority, that is your number one downfall. You gotta my dad taught me the chain of command because he's military. You gotta understand authority and how it works. You never trump your immediate supervisor, your immediate head. You go in the order of command, but you also gotta understand how it goes backwards, as in top down. You understand how it goes bottom up. You go from your immediate to then that didn't work, then you go to the next, that didn't work, you go through the chain of command. But when it's the top down, they don't have to be there. They pick up the phone and say, hey, go get this soldier, hey, go do this, hey, go do that, and it's done. And the centurion understood authority. He said, you don't have to go, just send the word, just say it. And he said, do you believe? He goes, absolutely, I believe, but it's my unbelief. And when I looked up the word unbelief, it is an unwillingness. It is not a passive, oh, I'm just having problem with my faith. We use that. No, unbelief is an unwillingness. Do you know what that means? That means you're unwilling to believe God can save you. God can pay that bill. God can heal you. Unwilling. Oh, that's real strong. Totally different. So right here, step 1, step 2, step 3, you pray the prayer. Father God, I believe, and you insert what you just wrote that you're having problems with. Help my any area of unbelief. Done. Then the next step, you ask for destiny helpers. You ask for destiny helpers to come and help roll away the stone. What's the stone? Blocks, hindrances. He said, roll away the stone. He didn't do it. You ask for your angels to roll away any stone that's blocking your husband from hearing God. You ask for God to, your angels, your assistants, whoever, to roll away the stone. Okay? Then you pray. You call out. I'm sorry, you call out. You call out. He called for Lazarus by name. You call it by name. Call it by name. What is it? What is it that you want? You call it by name and you ask for it. You have not because you ask not. Okay? Lazarus, come out. You say your prayer, whatever he leads you to pray right there. So you call it by name, then you ask for it to come out and you pray it. You calling forth your blessings right there. Okay? Now, the dead man came out, his hands and feet wrapped with stripes of linen and a cloth around his face. And what did he say? Take off the grave clothes. That's what he said. Take off the grave clothes. You command the entities to remove the grave clothes off of whatever it is you are waiting for. Okay? You command them to remove the grave clothes. What does it look like? I don't know what you're waiting on. Take off the grave clothes. Untie my hands for my finances. Untie my feet for my finances. It says the grave, hands bound, feet wrapped. You be very, very specific. Untie it and loose my finances now. Okay? Next. Uh-oh. Sorry. Why does it keep doing that? Hold on one second. It keeps, because we're getting close to the root and removing it. And then the last part of the prayer, I keep referencing the prayer because we're following it. When he said this, Jesus called and allowed Lazarus to come out. The dead man came out with his hands and feet wrapped in stripes of linen and a cloth. Jesus said, take off the grave clothes and let him go. Once you command, then you use your keys to loose your blessings, to walk in a new level of revelation. And you command them to let go of your stuff. You've already told it to take off the grave clothes. You unbind the hands, unbind the feet, unwrap them. So you're taking all the deadness, all the death, all the stagnation, all the hindrance off of whatever it is you're waiting on this month. And then you say, let it go. This is you loosing. Okay? These are the steps that I want you to follow this month until you see what you are waiting on. Do not, I repeat, do not let up. You only receive a breakthrough here and there because you pray here and there. You have to be consistent. Okay? You have to war with what I gave you. And I don't care, and I mean all 30 days until you see it. Okay? All 30 days until you see it like you ain't never seen it before. And this is what it looks like. You pray all the steps and you loose it 3, 4, 5 times a day. Make an alert. Pray the prayer. Make an alert. Pray the prayer. Do not let up until you see it. Many of you are right there on the brink of a breakthrough. The problem is you quickly let up so you can't receive what it is because you're right there. It's kind of like you're in graduation. You're about to graduate, but you got to get a certain grade. And because you see graduation and you see it's around the corner, you slack up and now your grades are slipping. You're going to miss out. Okay? I need you guys to do this. Anybody have any comments or questions or anything they want to add? Anybody have any comment, questions, or anything they want to add? Because I am done. I came on here to deliver this prayer because it is not just for me. I've been sitting on it for a while. I've been sitting on it for, like I said, at least a year. But I know now that I need to release it because um, it has blessed my entire world, my entire life. So, any comments? Any questions? Are we good? I will be creating a card. Those of you in World Changers app, it'll be available in the app for screenshot or download in about 24 hours. We want to start this now. This is a new month on the 25th. But again, no questions on time. We're going to go back over the replay. Perfect. 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 Well, I held it for just the right of time. Yes, we are going to, I will have this available for you in a form of a card, so you can go back and listen to it for those of you in the community. Those of you not in the community, you can reach out to executive.assistant and put the Lazarus prayer card, and I will go ahead and have that available, and she can send you the links on how to access those. Okay, it's called the Lazarus prayer card. Please put that in the subject line. She will not know because she's not on here. She will not know what you're looking for unless it is specifically stated. Okay. As I let you guys go, I want to thank you guys for always joining, always supporting. I want to thank you guys again. I am in the quarterfinalist, you guys. It is almost over. I know I'm even getting, and I'm not going to say it, but I know you guys know it starts with a TIR, and I'm not going to finish. But this competition is over on December 15th, you guys. I am more than halfway there, and I'm in number one. And it's because of all of you guys here and all of you guys on the replay. I want to thank you so much for your support. I am humbled and honored, and I keep saying that, but it is the truth. I said it before. If I'd have did this competition 2 years ago, I wouldn't even have made it out of round one. I didn't have a support like this. I didn't have a community. Yes, my family's huge and they would have helped, but it really isn't my family. It's you guys constantly sharing, posting, and voting. So if you click the link above, today is 2X Hope Days. As you know, whatever you donate, whatever you're led to donate, it doubles. So when you put $10, $5, it becomes 10, $10 becomes 20. And these votes matter. They're donating it to an amazing cause, which is breast cancer. My healing tour has already kicked off. Crazy enough, it's already kicked off. I was waiting until spring till I win. You see how we like to do that? I was waiting till I win. I was waiting for the money to make it all nice and prim and proper and a place and a venue. God said no. Do you know how many people are in my inbox saying, I know someone who has cancer? I have the C word. Can you please pray for me? And I'm creating audios now for people to listen to. You guys know about my reset audios where you listen to it at night and it absolutely resets your body, your mind, and your spirit and heals you. And it's starting now. So God doesn't even want me to wait, but I'm sure the winnings will add to it. But it's starting now. So you know the drill. Click the link. Please share it. If I've ever blessed you, if your husband is not voting, please tell them to vote for the next 15 days. Ask them to support your change. Ask them to support what someone else. I'm a voice in your life. I'm a thought leader in your life for this season. Ask them to support by voting daily with Facebook, which is one vote. If they authorize their card, it's 2 votes. And if they put donations on 2X days, it's double. Wherever, however they fit in. But if they've seen a change in you, if they've noticed something in you, if I've changed you, be a voice for me. That's all I'm asking. I thank you guys for always supporting me and listening to what I have to say and interjecting and adding and asking questions, because that makes me better, makes me go dig if I don't know the answer. So share this link. Let them know that I've blessed you dearly and you just want your friends and family to bless me by voting or donating. Name your seed. Pray over your seed. Command your seed to do something. Once you command it to do something, create the alert for the next 24 hours every day at the same time to vote. Once you do that, then command the early rain to water your seed. What do you need? That same thing that I just gave you for the Lazarus prayer, that's 2 things. You're sowing seeds. Not even sowing seeds, you're watering the seed. You're going to pray the Lazarus prayer over that same thing. You're going to sow a seed by voting. That's your time or donations. Do you see how much we are now watering seeds, and it has no choice but to grow unless it's a dud, but we're not claiming that. That's why you sow multiple seeds. So let's say you want an increase of love in your marriage, or just let's stick with wealth and finances. You're praying that with the Lazarus prayer 3-4 times a day. Then you're voting for me, and it's the name of your seed, and you're praying and commanding it to go and grow, and you're asking the angel to go and bring it back, and then you're asking for the early rain. Do you see how much we are pouring over our seed, cultivating it, germinating? It has no choice but to grow and flourish into a huge oak tree that'll consistently give if you consistently keep watering it. So I thank you guys for keeping me in first. I have to win out going forward. I have to take number one spot after each. So it's quarterfinals, then it's semifinals, and then it's finals. There's 3 rounds left. And I'm gonna tell you, those of you in the World Changers community, y'all know I give you the back end. I'm telling you the nitty gritty. I'm showing you what this mirror is looking like. I am walking you through this journey because it is imperative, because I'm not the only one on this journey. So if you're part of the World Changers community, the replays are up. The replays are up of how God is showing me with wealth, showing me with my next platform. And it's not just me. All of you guys who listen to me on a regular, you guys are receiving your platform, whatever or how big or grand it is. First ladies, preachers, teachers, evangelists, authors, writers, whatever, thought leaders, whatever it is. If you have your own community, or if your community is your family, your platform is here. So sow into the kingdom of God. Let the kingdom of God manifest what needs to manifest through me. He will manifest it through you and anybody else that is in your life right now. Make something happen for God's kingdom so he can make something happen for you. So thank you guys so much. Definitely listen to this again. If you need the cars, give me about 24 hours. It'll be up in the community. If not, Deanna will have it. You guys can reach out to her and receive them. Thank you guys again so much. Please share. The more you share, the more votes I get. It's free. It takes literally 5 seconds of your time. It's just remembering, which is why I asked you guys to create an alert. So, you guys have an amazing day. I will let you guys go. Thank you for joining me. This room is closing in 3, 2, and 1.